Now, another story regarding Arsenal. According to a couple of the papers, Arsenal are exploring a possible summer move for the Atletico Madrid striker Julián Álvarez for a potential fee of around £87 million. Now, it's just a couple of rumours in a couple of papers, but this would be massive if it happened. Andy, do you honestly think it could happen?
I have a feeling Atletico might cash out. They're at least going to consider it, I think, because there's been a little bit of an uneasy relationship between Alvarez's entourage and the club for a while. There are people around him who think that he shouldn't have signed for Atletico because maybe they're not quite an elite club. They're maybe an A- club with pretensions to being an elite club, despite the stadiums, despite the Champions League finals, despite a couple of La Liga titles interspersed with what Real Madrid and Barcelona are doing. But of course, they're not quite on the same level as Real Madrid and Barcelona. I tell you what, he's played so much football recently, which kind of, in the last couple of years recently, that's what prompted City to sell him in the first place. And now, I think they're looking at him. They were looking at building that team around him once Griezmann's gone. Now, Griezmann's still there, but will probably go in the summer. But they're looking at it and they're thinking, you know what, we're not getting that consistency out of him. And maybe that's just a knock-on, like Lautaro Martinez, from playing so much football. But maybe they're thinking, just like City thought, maybe we make it someone else's problem. Because if his entourage aren't completely bought in, and you know, they're not getting a tune out of him on a consistent basis, they have to at least think about it.
And Julián Álvarez played against us this year, and I couldn't find him from my seat. He was popping up everywhere, and I thought, what a player you are. I know that's expensive, and I'm not sure where he'll fit, but you can't miss quality, and I think that player would be really good.
That's really interesting as well, because I think he's supposedly Barcelona's top target to replace Lewandowski is the kind of chat you see online, at least, but we do have a transfer expert here. Is that what you hear as well?
I was just going to chime in on Alvarez because Arsenal were considering him a little bit in the last market, the summer. His name came up and it's since been reported, and you could see that sort of player coming into Arsenal. I think there is maybe scope if there's going to be some outward manoeuvring, loan or permanence, then there is definitely scope for an arrival.